Welcome. If you're getting this video, then that means you're going to be subbing for a Hebrew or Jewish studies teacher within the next couple days. I want to thank you so much for being part of our team. This is your sub plan or part of your sub plan, and it's specifically designed to make sure that someone who doesn't have a Jewish studies or Hebrew background can be successful and provide a meaningful lesson for our kids during that time. You'll notice there is a booklet like this created for both Jewish studies class and for Hebrew class, and you'll know which class it is by which is circled here, Jewish studies or Hebrew. Within each of the booklets, there are 5 different stories, and your job as a substitute teacher is to get the information of A, where can I find these booklets to hand out for each student? And B, what story or what page number am I on? Sometimes we might be actually in the middle of a story and a comic creation. So here's how this works. There are 5 stories in each booklet. When one booklet's done, a new booklet will come out for a teacher. So what you'll do is you'll pretend like you are one of our early subs in the year and you are subbing and reading and on number the very first story. So you'll notice that there is a story to be read. The students will also have the story. They can follow along with their finger as you read, or you can have some of them read as well. Once the story is done, you'll notice that there are 2 pages of a comic, and the goal is for them to kind of create a comic of the story that they just read. You might first want to talk about the story a little bit, but certainly what's really important is you might want to say, well, if there are 10 different or 12 different kind of comic boxes, you might want to help them or have them retell the story in kind of bullet points. In 12 different bullet points, you can have one bullet point for each box. And then a student can do the following. They can, first of all, they can number their boxes, or they can create kind of arrows to tell you where to go in their boxes. And then they can create kind of some audio captions and things like that as well. They can draw, they can color, and when they're done, they can also share with friends, share with the entire class, or share with you. The goal here is to present students with some of the most famous Jewish stories in the Jewish tradition, to have them read them, to have them think about them, to have them draw them out, to have them try to kind of practice retelling those stories in both comic form, in kind of those bullet points that you go over, and if you have time, sharing their rendition of those stories as well. And if you can get to it, kind of like what's the moral? What's this story about? What's it trying to kind of tell us? Because all of these stories are famous and Jewish because they're trying to, in some way, talk about Jewish values in some kind of way. So, first of all, the stories have all been written by me, and I'm sure there's a mistake here or there. If you find a mistake, let me know, and I'll make those changes. But you may have to make those changes on the fly just to make it work as a class. And I really thank you for being part of this initiative this year. And again, the goal is to make sure that when you come in as a sub in a subject that you might not be familiar with, you're going to be successful. The students will find that the interaction between you and them is meaningful, and they're always leaving with a real nice takeaway as well. So thanks so much. Thank you for subbing for us. Thank you for being part of the Jewish Studies and Hebrew team for the time that you're here. We really appreciate it.